In today's episode, you will learn how to make a wireless power transfer system using basic electronics components. With this wireless power transfer system, we will not only power up some LEDs at shorter and longer distance, but we will also power up some DC motors without any physical wiring between the transmitter and receiver side. So this means if you can wirelessly power up these DC motors, then you can also charge your cell phone wirelessly. I will also explain different factors which greatly affects the transmission range, and you will practically see everything in action. Without any further delay, let's get started. The components and tools used in this project can be purchased from Amazon. The components purchase links are given in the description. This is the transmitter side circuit diagram, while this is the receiver side circuit diagram used to power up small DC motors and to charge the cell phones. For powering up the LEDs, we won't need this circuit but a small resonant capacitor, which I will explain in a minute. You can also build the same project on a breadboard, and you can also use a Vero board to solder all the components, but for the beginners it's a bit difficult because there are high chances of short circuits. So I decided to design my own PCBs. The Gerber files can be downloaded from our website electronicclinic.com. I will provide a link in the description. Our receiver and transmitter circuits are ready. First we will start with the transmitter side. We will make a coil for this, and then we will test this with different LEDs to explain things that I believe you should know. Select a pipe or any other object with 4 inches diameter, and you will need 22 SWG laminated copper wire. My 2 copper coils are ready, each one having 10 turns. Next we are going to connect these 2 coils. Pay a very close attention because this is really an important step. Your coil should look something like this. Our transmitter side is ready. The coil has been soldered and now it's ready for its initial testing. Now to explain some of the basic things, I'm going to test this transmitter side circuit, which can be powered up using 5 to 6 volts with these different coils to which LEDs and resonant capacitors are connected. Secondary coils need resonant capacitors. Without it, the maximum transmission distance would be much smaller. If your secondary coil consists of 5 turns, then you can use 15 nanofarad capacitor. If 10 turns, then you can use 1 nanofarad, and if your secondary coil has 25 turns, then you can try 200 to 300 nanofarad. You can try different capacitor values between 1 nanofarad and 300 nanofarad. You can also try different diameter coils. In this project, I'm using 4 inches and 3 inches diameter coils. You can also test coils with different number of turns. In this project, I used coils with 10 turns, 15 turns, 20 turns and 25 turns. There is also another factor that greatly affects the maximum wireless power transfer range, and that is the voltage dropped by the load connected with the secondary side. So I say the lower is the voltage drop, the better it is. So let's go ahead and start the testing, and then I will explain things accordingly. All these different color LEDs have different voltage drops, as you can see in the LED's voltage drop table. Red LED has the lowest voltage drop of 1.8 volts. So technically the red LED should light up at a greater distance, but the voltage drop is not the only factor that affects the transmission range. For the demonstration purposes, I will only use the red, yellow and green color LEDs. So first let's start with this crystal type yellow color LED to which a 15 nanofarad capacitor is connected. The coil diameter is 3 inches and has 15 turns. This crystal type LED is quite different from the other 3 LEDs, but anyways, you can see the range is quite impressive. You can try different diameter coils, different value capacitors, and of course you can use a smaller LED. This will further increase the range. Now let's check this green color LED to which a 10 nanofarad capacitor is connected. The coil diameter is 4 inches and has 25 turns. Although the voltage drop of the green LED is greater than the yellow color LED, but still the green LED lights up at a longer distance than the yellow color LED. We will see if this can beat the red color LED, which has the minimum voltage drop of 1.8 volts. Now let's check this yellow color LED to which a 10 nanofarad capacitor is connected. The coil diameter is 3 inches and has 20 turns. This is the normal type yellow color LED, while the previous one was the crystal type LED. Now let's check this red color LED to which a 27 nanofarad capacitor is connected. The coil diameter is 4 inches and has 10 turns. You might have noticed one thing. The red LED is much brighter as compared to the other LEDs. You know why? It's just because of the voltage drop. As you can see in the table, the voltage needed to power up the red color LED is lower than all the other color LEDs. We may light up this LED at a longer distance from the transmitter by simply increasing the number of turns to 25 and then attaching a 103K or 10 nanofarad capacitor will do the job. Although the red LED has the lowest voltage drop, which is 1.8 volts, and the green LED has the voltage drop around 3.5 volts, but still the green LED has the maximum range. This is due to the increased number of the coil turns and the capacitor value, which is 10 nanofarad, while the capacitor connected with the red LED is 27 nanofarad and the number of coil turns are 10. So this is the reason we get maximum range with the green color LED. So the green LED is the winner. One more thing that I would like to mention is that you can use foil and ceramic type capacitors. Enough with the LEDs testing. Now it's time to check our wireless power transfer system with some DC motors. The receiver side circuit has a coil which has 25 turns and is 4 inches in diameter. First, let's start with this small vibrator motor. I also powered up this small brushed DC motor which is normally used in small RC planes and quadcopters. One more thing that I found out while performing the test is that when you place a copper sheet between the two coils, then the wireless power transfer system fails. Now let's go ahead and check these DC motors. This is simply amazing. We can wirelessly power up LEDs and small DC motors. With this whole setup, you can wirelessly charge your cell phones. You can further improve the overall performance by simply changing the capacitor values, coil sizes and turns. You can further reduce the size by using SMD type electronics components. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in next episode and thanks for watching.